She wanted my cabin, my weekend, and somehow, believe it or not, she really thought she had a right to both. I'd never even met the woman. She wasn't on the welcoming committee, she wasn't a neighbor I recognized, but she strolled up that day with her chin high and this stack of official paperwork insisting the HOA had approved her stay. When I laughed and told her that wasn't going to happen, she got icy, told me I'd regret that attitude, and I guess in hindsight I did. But you want to talk about bold. This was something else. She brought backup. She brought her own crowd, and she brought an attitude that could clear the room. But the kicker, she had the meltdown of the year right there on my driveway, blue lights and all, screaming my name like I was the criminal. This was no simple mix-up, not by a mile. And if you've ever met anyone with this kind of gall, let me know down in the comments, because I have never in my life seen a stranger try to move into my home with this level of confidence. Now, I bought that lakeside cabin to retire and breathe. My name's Grant, by the way. Lifetime mechanic, garage owner, been fixing other people's headaches longer than I care to admit. Tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to know if your town's got characters like this or if I'm just unlucky. We'd barely started unpacking. My daughter Emily was inside organizing. She's got that sharp, careful eye thanks to years of compliance work. I'm out back setting up my new workspace. And right then, here comes Pam Weston. Clipboard in hand, phone up and live streaming. Yeah, live. Like I was a zoo animal. She tells me everyone in the lakeside community is required to join the HOA. The way she said it, you'd think she'd written the law herself. I wiped the grease off my hands and met her out front, already feeling that itch I get when someone's trying to hustle me. Emily steps out, calm and polite, says, "We'd like to see the paperwork first." Pam flashes a smile all teeth and hands over a stack thick enough to make a lawyer sweat. She highlights fees, rules, proper behavior, talks about lake access and lawn height like we'd moved into a private club. But while she's yammering, I spot a sign through the weeds, "Lake maintained by state parks." That's odd, right? She's talking HOA, but the state manages the lake. I make a mental note to check with Emily, who, by the way, is quietly snapping pictures of everything on her phone. Pam drops another gem. "You've had code violations piling up since May, haven't you? Mind you, we'd moved in 2 days ago." And it starts to click. She's got this act down cold. Emily combs through the documents that night, eyebrows raising at some of the nonsense. Fees higher than our mortgage rules about lawn stripes, banned vehicles, even a section about acceptable lakeside activities. But the real twist, HOA says no lake access unless you're a member, but the sign says public access. Now, I'm no lawyer, but that doesn't add up. We settle in that evening, hoping things cool off. Instead, our doorbell camera goes off at 9:30. Someone's at our mailbox. Caught them on camera hands, digging through our mail, clipboard clattering to the ground, then they vanish into the night. I show Emily the footage, and she just shakes her head. First day here, and already we've got strangers rifling through our stuff. Sure enough, next morning the place is plastered with violation notices on the mailbox, the garage under my wipers. 3 days in, and apparently we're already on Pam's most wanted list. Complaints tools in view, and I kid you not, grass below community standards. Emily and I laugh, but honestly, I'm boiling. She's not enforcing the rules, she's using them as a weapon. I start noticing how Pam operates. She live streams herself, posting the violations, narrating like she's the sheriff trying to publicly humiliate us before we've met a single neighbor. But the part that got me was when I found industrial staples buried in my tire sabotage, not some freak accident. And if that wasn't enough, she switches tactics, mass emails warning the community that Emily and I are disruptive. Not direct accusations, but poison all the same. Then the big one, a sign at the lake threatening to revoke access for non-compliance. And yet that old state sign is still there, half hidden. Emily and I dig deeper and catch a huge red flag. During one of Pam's live streams, her papers catch the light, and I see a routing number looks like a personal account, not an HOA fund. Emily, sharper than a tack, tracks it to a PayPal under Pam's name. Community dues going straight to her. Now I'm thinking this isn't just harassment. This might be fraud. That weekend, a tow truck keeps circling the block driver, eyeballing our place. More intimidation. We start recording everything, security footage, timestamps, the works. Emily suggests keeping a log, says we might need it for court. Sunday night, we hear scratching at the fence. Next morning, the water's shut off. Things are escalating and not by accident. Tuesday, we're summoned to a resolution meeting in the community center. Feels more like a trial. There's Pam at the head and some guy she introduces as Alan Harper, documentation specialist. His business card, no address, just a phone and email. His presentation is a mess. Templates from Texas, California, even Florida, none matching our state. Then Emily finds a QR code in his handouts. It links to a personal PayPal, not a bank. Alan squirms, says they'll update technical details later. Sure. Now Alan starts spreading rumors about Emily, hinting her job history is shady. Neighbors who'd been friendly now avoid us. The social pressure is real. They're trying to break us down one snub at a time. But when Emily asks Alan about his legal background, he can't answer a single real question. His compliance expertise falls apart under 5 minutes of scrutiny. It's clear now they're improvising, faking paperwork, and trying to isolate us with lies. The next escalation is straight out of a thriller. Emily's out for a jog. Pam follows in her SUV, shadows her to a secluded spot, then steps out. This time she flashes a gun grip from her console, making it clear comply or else. Emily holds her ground, but when she comes home, her calm has turned cold. She's done playing nice. That night, Emily goes into overdrive, encrypts all our evidence files, digital reports, secures cloud backups. I realize she's dealt with threats before, maybe more than I ever knew. We hit the convenience store, grab security footage of the trail, more proof. Pam's campaign has gone from paperwork to sabotage to armed intimidation, all in a week. A final message comes Sunday, Lake Dock, 5 p.m. Final discussion. No signature, but we know who it's from. When we show up, neighbors are gathering, some drawn by drama, some just wanting answers. Pam's at the center clipboard, and all but Emily walks straight up and asks about the money, the legal status, the real authority. Pam starts unraveling, raising her voice, dodging questions. The neighbors, seeing Emily's calm and Pam's rage, start to doubt. Pam loses it. She draws the weapon, in front of everyone, and screams, "Join or be excluded." That's when it breaks wide open. I tackle her, cuff her, and as I stand, I flash my badge. Sheriff's Department. The crowd gasps. Pam's face drains. Emily steps forward and takes charge. We've been documenting every step. Phones are out, neighbors recording. Pam's last act as HOA queen is to get arrested on camera in front of her own followers. The investigation that follows exposes everything. Fraud, intimidation, even Alan's trail of fake HOAs across multiple states. Every detail from the state park sign to the PayPal links ties together. The state takes over. Real officials hold a meeting, show the maps. Turns out Pam never had authority over anything. She's charged federally, so is Alan. Neighbors get restitution, the signs come down, and real peace finally settles in. Now the cabin's quiet again. Emily's back at work. The neighbors are friendlier than ever. And the only reminders of Pam are the recycled violation letters and the stories we trade over coffee. This neighborhood finally feels like home, not a war zone. If you're still here, let me know what you'd do if someone like Pam set her sights on you. Did we go too far? Not far enough. Drop a comment. And hey, stay sharp out there. If a stranger ever demands your weekend, ask for a badge.